Yeah, it seems, no, they actually seem
Yeah, he's so
sincere.
positive.
They seem sincere, his responses. When, I've noticed that his, I mean, the point is to discuss student work, right? Like, it's not student participation in the class, but they're tied together. He seems genuine, like when he does raise his hand a lot. He tries to answer, I think, what he understands.
Right.
So that he doesn't feel that pressure when he doesn't respond, you know? Like he'll go for the ones he thinks he knows. I think, right? You guys agree?
A lot of their participation is so tied to their understanding, because if they don't feel like they can learn, they don't want to speak in front of anyone else.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. But so for the first 6 months, any question we asked, he would say Zeus. That was his answer. Yeah. So he's made a lot of improvements.
So he is actually actively participating?
Yes.
How do you think that this is going to transform into achieving the chancellor's task for a kid like this?
That's a question that I have to think hard about.
Actually, the fact that he likes to keep things so short and to the point, it's, if we give him some type of structure that he can follow, it's like, all right, you have to do 5 paragraphs. This is what you want to want, this is what you want to do. To give him like a set, almost a template. Because
Like
he
a
does
graphic organizer?
Yes, and to go straight from there, because it will let him line things up correctly and still keep it short and to the point.
Are you doing this? Have you completed your unit and your chancellor's task, your essay, your
with the essay? Yes, I did it. Actually, we did it about 2 months ago. I remember we had the department meetings. We sat up at the round tables there. I think it was January 31st with the PD. And the idea of that department meeting was to generate ideas how to fulfill this task, right? Argumentative essay, choose, identify 2 claims kind of thing. That's the task we're talking about, right? Yeah.
Was it really?
That's when I heard about it.
Science is doing.
I only heard about it because of, I asked another co-teacher.
Through history you heard of this, or through ISS?
Through ISS, but I did hear it through history as well.
So I didn't hear it through ISS. I heard about it actually through the math department because they were told about this towards the beginning.
Well, I only identified it in the ISS meeting because I'd already known about it from history.
Right.
So I kind of had some prior knowledge. So when I heard it brought up, I was like, oh yeah, we're doing that too, because I'd already started.
Right.
So yeah, and we're looking at old tasks that we would have them do and see where the deficit is between the old tasks and what the chancellor's task is.
Okay.
So we're trying to
show growth over time?
just update or modify. So like we would use DBQ essays, and those don't ask you to recognize both claims. They give you the question. So Greece was the cradle of Western civilization. Now prove it, as opposed to showing 2 arguments and then asking to prove one. So we're trying to fix that, right? But Dyro has a copy of all my stuff.
I think what's also helpful
We built it full.
is there's a whole lot of continuity. Because I know for the juniors and seniors I have, they're doing smaller classes. So they told me, oh yeah, my English teacher just went over the structure of how to write an argumentative essay. So they already came in with the background. They knew what we were going to do, and having an easier time learning it out.
And it really does prepare them for college because, in college you have to. One of the things about being good at arguing is recognizing the opponent's argument first and then countering it. You can't just go in there with your argument, right? You have to you have to say, well, I know you believe this, this, and this. However, here's the other side and improve it. I think it's getting it.
Which much of our students do. Like this child, Amy had pointed out earlier to me, has
no concept of structure. It's like one large paragraph. And he has great points. You can show the points he's written, show he has an understanding of the topic.
Right.
He has no idea how to format it.
Right.
And just grammar is abysmal. His spelling's horrible. But he has understanding, he just doesn't know how to apply it correctly.
Right.
So now we have students who are concise and curt and to the point. We have students who are one run-on paragraph to achieve the chancellor's task. Now, what I heard just this morning is that the purpose of pushing these tasks in the schools at this point is because in a few years they plan on eliminating reading exams and making one national exam, which would make sense with the adoption of the Common Core nationwide, but so now we're trying to prep the students so that once they get to this national exam that is going to
I mean, the students, I don't think this is something new, I think this is what we've been doing.
This is a step along.
Maybe it's-
Than what we've been doing.
Yeah, for
Because
you
then-
guys, in history, everything we do is essay
Right.
writing. So instead of writing, answering 3 questions every night for homework, we're having kids write essays every 2 weeks.
So what I've been telling Jen is a huge difference. It was much easier to implement this type of task in the living environment than it was in the medical classes.
Okay.
Because medical is very straightforward, and the only arguments you have are types of treatment, so it's very specific.
Right.
So it doesn't fit as well. What we would normally do for writing is we'd have them do journals on their past medical experiences.
Okay.
But again, that's not implemented.
There are, I don't know in depth, like, what your content covers, but there are so many arguments against the current medical models that a lot of people believe holistic medicines, for example, or medical
Emergency treatment would cover
emergency
basic first aid
first
and
aid,
emergency
okay.
medical
So,
scenarios.
yeah,
So you don't really go into pharmaceuticals hardcore.
All of it's health.
What impact do you think this is having on your kids? Do you think it's interrupting their flow?
They have been groaning and griping and miserable about it because we usually work, that type of class, it's more physical and hands-on. They actually work with all the equipment, and a lot of the tasks or the content of the class is trying to learn how to manipulate equipment correctly and how to issue treatment. They're not used to this. They're not preparing to become doctors, where they're gonna have to publish and like do. They're preparing for careers like, oh, I wanna be an EMT, I wanna go to phlebotomy, and I wanna be
Right.
where we give sonograms. So this is very important work. It's very difficult for them to get into this mindset because these are kids that are not at the same level as the ones we have to take in physics. So even the AP numbers. They're somewhere in between. They're not at the lowest end, they're not at the highest end. They don't have the strongest writing skills, but they perform well because it's more in a hands-on kinesthetic class.
This is nice, I like the checklist. I like the rubric.
I think this is very important for them.
The rubric is utilizing straight Common Core standards as markers of proficiency.
Yeah, that's great.
And this came right over the exemplar from the Department of Education website.
Education is sport, and I can go fishing, like rubric, we're held to that. What else, right? So the student site-specific sufficient textual evidence. So for us in history, that speaks right to the essay.
And that's a skill
And it's
that
a
we
skill.
use in unit planning, yeah.
Again, that's the office point of view, because every document has an author. Explicitly evaluates the argument, provides sufficient reasons and analysis to scroll on to its trouble. The analysis is the hard part.
So for the living environment, this type of essay writing is not applicable
You don't think so?
to the standards that we're supposed to hold our students to at all. This would be like fluff work,
Right.
really, and especially at this point
can
in
you-
our curriculum.
But living environments evolved, right? So 100 years ago, there might have been this major argument that everyone believed, and then today, it's changed.
Oh, sure,
been
applying
proven.
it is not the issue, but it's just fitting it into our timeline and really where it works in our curriculum.
Because this content they have to get.
The content you have to get.
And adding something like this can be
Yeah.
detrimental.
So with us, when we tried to fix it, so we had, I'll give you an example, I wish I had it with me, I had it downstairs. We have a document-based question essay where the kids' question posed is, Middle Ages have been known as the Dark Ages, the age of feudalism, the age of faith.
Well,
And-
these are true facts, these are facts.
Well, this is what people have said, right? It's been argued that it's been the age of feudalism, the age of faith, the age of, I said the Dark Ages, and the Golden Ages. And that one always sticks out. That one doesn't stand with the rest of them. The rest of them are pretty, you can see how, okay. This is unique because now it's showing claims that, usually we say Middle Ages is the Dark Ages because everything was bad. But now we're showing things that were good. It's not so cut and dry, it's not so black and white. So I think this speaks to the Chancellor's test, right? We're showing them both arguments, and then the kids have all different documents, and they have to both recognize both arguments and then choose one side and argue it, right? Whereas before, it was just, the question was, why is the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages. And you were given 10 documents that proved it was the Dark Ages. So for us, I think it's really easy to do this.
Yeah.
But all it takes is the insert of one paragraph, or 2 sentences in the introduction, saying, it was once believed that the Middle Ages was known only as the Dark Ages because of X, Y, and Z. However, recent historians argue that it is now a can also be considered a golden age of European history because of this. In this argument, in this essay will argue that it is a golden age. So I don't think it's, it's still, you're still writing a long essay in favor of one claim, but the idea is to recognize the counterclaim, right? So I don't think it has to be always a back and forth argument within the essay. I think it has to be throw both claims out there and then support your claim to the end. That's how I tell the kids to do it,
And that's how an argumentative essay should be written,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So even if just, do what you guys are doing, I mean, I guess the question is, have you guys had your kids doing essay writing in your classes
No.
before? No.
not at all, this is the extent of it, and notice that it's extra credit.
Yeah.
So the challenge in your class would be much less than it is in
Right.
our class.
Right. In fact, when I first saw this chancellor's test, this standard, because it's one of the standards for literacy it's a literacy standard for social studies classrooms in writing, is to, recognize the claims and blah, blah, blah. I put it up on a large sticky paper there, and I put the claim right in the middle. And then I started finding work that I felt fitted and just started posting it up in my room around the claim.
Using a hit, graphic organizing.
That's it, around hits.
I teaching strategy right there, Mr. Ernest.
So that it's one evidence, and it's, it also, I think, is fulfilling the chancellor's claim, so. But still, then when we went back and started re-examining a lot of work, we realized that a lot would only supported one claim and didn't recognize the other claim.
Okay, you're making progress,
Yeah,
not
just
challenge.
slow progress, but we're making progress.
Science, a little bit challenged. I certainly got some good ideas from you, Mr. Ernest. Thank you.
I like the checklist.
It'll help, especially struggling writers
This,
to organize their thoughts.
yeah,
Just another high-impact teaching strategy.
yes.
How-
Closing the achievement gap.
That's how we roll.
close it. That's how we close.
All right, my colleagues, any last parting words for our?
For me, the disconnect for these students is understanding that each paragraph is an idea, right? So you're saying this student here is writing one long thing, but these aren't ideas. They're all mixed ideas in one big block. Idea 1 should be body paragraph 1. I like cars. Good. Now explain why in that paragraph. I'll talk about planes. I'll talk about cars.
Right.
Paragraph 2. I don't like planes. Now, all right. Now talk about that. Keep it together. And the kid, they don't get it. I mean, we get it. But there's that.
Maybe that's why the chancellor wants us to reinforce it in every content area.
Possibly. Yeah. But I hope we're not confusing them. I hope that what I'm teaching them doesn't seem like completely opposite of what you're teaching them, and now they're getting these mixed ideas and only further confused,
I
Let's
think
do
we
it.
should go because the bell is about to ring.
Yeah,
We have department meetings next Monday.
yes. All right, cool. Cheers, good work, huh?
Cheers. Good work for you today.
Yeah.
Sure you'll rock it.
Yeah.
You served them this today?